morning, my name's Shamen Force, and I'm here hosting my first meeting for Take Shape for Life and supporting healthy habits at Blush Skincare, my salon for skincare and wellness and beauty. So welcome everybody. So I'm 45 years old, I'm a mother of two, and have struggled with moderate weight gain for the last 20 years. But just was too busy as a mom and life and starting business, and things just kind of took over, so it's been difficult for me to make the time for myself and make the changes, just trying to keep all the balls in the air. And there's been times in my life where I was able to drop the weight, but then I feel like other things would sacrifice. I couldn't get everything going at the same time. Either be working out really hard and my body not really changing because I wasn't eating properly, or vice versa. And so I was just fortunate enough to meet Whitney about a month ago, 6 weeks ago, and was just really at the point where I was sick of being sick of myself and having that fight every day trying to eat healthy, but then I'd be tired and hungry and low blood sugar, and then I would pig out all night. And just, I didn't care at that point. And it just was a cycle. Every day I'd wake up and disappointed in myself, and today's going to be a new day. So I tried to approach it in a positive manner, but it just wasn't working. And maybe the hormones or what's happening in my body as I'm changing, it seemed like the more that it was bothering me and I knew I was getting heavier, the more it came on. And I don't feel like I was eating more, so maybe it's hormones or something. I don't really know what was happening, but it was a half a pound here and there, and then all of a sudden it's 30 or more pounds that, you know, it just got worse and worse. So anyways, I wasn't really wanting to give up everything, but I just was at the point where I was sick of being sick of the issue and having that fight inside of myself in my head every day. So I just jumped when I met you, and Greg, you were a great inspiration for me as well, just talking about that, because I was a gymnast. I'm not as good as Savannah, my daughter's here today. So I had that athletic background, and so internally, I knew what it is to be fit and what it takes. But I just wasn't able to do everything at the right time. So it was great talking with you, because we talked about doing some toning and things like that, and you explained that we need to really just modify the diet and strip off the weight, and then we can work on that. And it just made so much sense. And at that point I felt like, why didn't I figure this out? I mean, I'm not stupid. Why has it taken this long? But that doesn't really resolve anything at this point. So that's why I was so open to just give it a chance, I've got to try this. So thank you so much.
What would you say your score was if we looked at that scorecard for you? Because remember, you did that. You filled out the wellness evaluation.
I did. I don't remember the numbers.
So if you gave yourself a score now, thinking back, what would you give yourself from a 1 to a 10, just for the healthy body?
Before you started.
How you felt?
Just in general.
Physically.
Think I was a 4.
What would you give yourself now?
Probably a 7. I still have some work to do and where I want to be in I'll be 46 in January, basically, the next 10, 15, 20 years. I know things are going to get harder, and I want to have my body strong and prepared for that, healthy bones, healthy blood work. That was another issue, that I had high cholesterol for several years, and I don't want to be an unhealthy person. I felt that I was healthy, but I just really wasn't. And the other health assessment, I scored a 15. And that was one ring from the very bottom. And I called Whitney and I said, I feel like I'm a lot healthier than most of America. Does that mean that they're in the very worst? Because my score is saying disease is forming right now. All these things are coming up. If you haven't noticed it already, it's coming. And so it was a wake-up call for sure, that it's not just the weight and, oh, I'm going to look cuter in my jeans. It's a bigger picture.
Yeah.
And it's something that I want to be able to be representative of and have that rub off on other people. Because of my business and the situation that I'm in, I have that influential power, and I want to use it for the right reasons, in a good way. So that's where my passion came from, behind making room for Take Shape in my life, because I am extremely busy and overwhelmed, and it's already hard for me to juggle everything I have going, but it's so important for me to make this part of my life so that I can continue to stay on track and then also help other people. The financial piece is just kind of an added bonus, because I work my butt off. I make pretty good money. I pay a lot of it out for gymnastics right now, but
don't feel guilty.
I think that'll just be a little bit of a bonus reward for me at the end. And then it'll give me also more flexibility and choices of how I want to spend my time and live my life, instead of feeling really trapped of being in the treatment room and by that time clock. And that's hard to deal with, but it's also something I need to be proud about. I've worked hard the last 10 years to establish myself and build this and the reputation that I have. So it's good, but I'm at a point now where I want to start to kind of back off from that and mentor other people and help them, whether it's in the beauty industry or in health and wellness. So that's really where I'm coming from with the whole program. So for health and body, I'm just going to continue that for myself and try to influence others to improve them. Healthy mind, I think just getting rid of that monkey on my back of the weight and just that cycle that I was in. It feels so empowering to not have that. And I used to be a cigarette smoker 10 years ago, and it reminds me of when I would have my last cigarette, and oh, you get so panicked and stressed out. It's that addiction, and it's really, the addiction now was to sugar, and it's horrible. It's just as controlling as nicotine, mentally, physically. So I think addressing it that way has been helpful to remove that struggle. So healthy mind, getting rid of that baggage is so freeing. That's the best part, I think, for me. And having a tool when you are busy at work to get that nutrition, because I didn't have time to think about lunch, or maybe I brought my lunch, but now I'm overbooked and I need to get through. I don't have time to eat. So this makes it so much easier to eat and just get through what I need to do and keep my mind thinking properly. And then the healthy finances, this is just going to support my future in a financial way and just be an added bonus. So that's why I'm thankful, and that's why I'm going to continue to make time for this in my life. So I'm so thankful to meet you guys.
And that was the hardest part, is making time. And this has actually not been a big, just being able to squeeze this in.
It's been difficult, you know, with Whitney, because I know what it takes to nurture a new business and get it going. But because you guys are so supportive, I think I can still make it happen. Where if it were a different, I've been involved in lots of programs